All right, 7th video of the fireplace, and I'm finally getting the mantle up. For anyone just joining, I just built this new fireplace, and the last couple videos I was flipping a mantle I found on Facebook Marketplace that was $48. Before I could put it up, I had to do some repairs around the outside. I had this level painted before I built the fireplace, so I didn't know exactly how high and wide the fireplace would span, so I'm stuck with some repairs that I have to do here. Filled in this drywall gap from running power down to the fireplace, and then cleaned up the edges because they were ugly, as I showed at the beginning of this video. Basically just, basic mudding, skimming, did a few coats, sanding, getting things ready for paint. It's kind of hurt my soul to do over freshly painted walls, but it had to be done. After fixing all the drywall that needed to be fixed, I primed everything, all the areas that had raw mud, just to avoid flashing. And then I painted. Fortunately, my painter did leave some leftover paint, and I also got a hold of him and asked the nap roller thickness that he used, just so I could match his texture as close as possible. I forgot to film the painting here. I thought I had pressed record and I didn't, so you got to watch paint dry instead. Here's some painting. After hitting the areas that really need it, I did try to feather it out a little bit just to help with the transition and make it seamless. Then I took a speed square to find any high spots. I identified a few of the bricks that were higher than the steel framing that the mantle would be sitting on. I wanted the mantle to sit on the framing that's tied into the wall and strong rather than the bricks. So I had to grind those down with an angle grinder and hit everything with a second coat. Quick reminder, here was the mantle before. That's actually the Marketplace listing, and then 50 bucks later, here we are. I think it looks great, especially for the low cost and just for a few hours of work. Happy with it. I like the color, and I think it brings the fireplace together. Now, remaining items on this fireplace, I need to caulk the back as well as mortar in all those grout lines. I do not have white mortar though. I'm looking for it. I can't find it anywhere. So yeah, thanks for following along, and until I find that white mortar, more projects coming.